Aquarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for May 23rd through the 29th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, so Aquarius, we just had that full moon last weekend, which was right on the cusp between your 9th house of Libra and your 10th house of Scorpio. So this is about an awareness. It's a week of, I think, cultivating a lot of the awareness that has been coming to us, and maybe this status check that you've done in regards to your life path, in regards to your worldview, your philosophical view of life. If that's been more the case, because this is right on the cusp, so sometimes depending on your actual time of birth, it could be shifting this. But there's that side of it. And then there's also the 10th house, which is about your career or about your productive life, your legacy, maybe your public image. So there's that awareness of that. And it's a good week of cultivating both the worldview, whether it's through traveling, tapping into your adventurous spirit, or maybe even continuously expanding upon and taking seriously your productive life at the moment, your career, because that's Saturn up there in the 10th, your ruler. Although it's retrograde, so these are both very adaptive and flexible areas right now. You want to be learning more about your career through trying new things and just kind of maybe taking a step back for a second and examining matters. And also your worldview, the adventurous spirit. And these energies will, of course, go direct in due time. But this week, applying them nonetheless can be very insightful. There's a lot to learn with that. So a good energy to work with there. Also, since the previous weekend, we did have Mercury go direct on Sunday. So this was in your 3rd house of communication. Maybe you learned a lot about communication these past few weeks, maybe about how your mind works, maybe about learning, reading, writing, sharing. And so that's moving forward. So it's a great week for that stuff as well, implementing that, especially because Mercury is going to be in a grand trine still between Pluto and Jupiter. Could be supporting those relationships, could be supporting the friends or organizations that you're a part of, even your aspirations, right? A lot of this insight and working with your communication skills, and maybe even doing some of that inquisitiveness, learning, reading, writing, etc. So that's where we're coming from this week. Now, in terms of the aspects, we are going to have Mars this week shifting into your 9th. I do want to mention here around Tuesday. So there's this shift where I think now it's a good time to re-examine what you really enjoy, what really motivates you about expansion, about adventure, about philosophy, about life. 9th house is about expanding our mind, which could be through the philosophy or through wisdom, through learning, but also through adventure. It could be connecting to nature, maybe going for more walks, whatever it is. All this more adventurous spirit is a good area for you to be reflecting on, trying new things with. And when Mars goes direct at the end of June, there's a newfound motivation. You'll be applying at that time a lot of the stuff that you're learning about and figuring out about now, both on the career level, but also on the more adventurous or philosophical worldview level. All right, so it's a good week for adapting with that. Now, around Tuesday and Wednesday, Mars is going to be opposing up to Venus, who's down here in your 4th, suggesting that there's a lot of this focus, I think, on your home, family, past, maybe even health sphere for some of you, with the Sun and Venus in the 4th. And so the balance point is with the, I think, productive stuff, which again is up here at the top, or the philosophical stuff, keeping balance with that. It's very important, especially around Tuesday and Wednesday. Just have that extra attention here on the egos, on the ego, on the drive, on the things we want. And then down here at the bottom, also attention on the personal life, on home, on family, on your health, right? And that keeps everything nice and balanced at that time. And this is going to be a new area of beginning for you here in a couple weeks once we have that new moon in your 4th, suggesting a new beginning with your roots, your home, your family, your health, etc., which with Venus here, I think you guys can be enjoying quite a bit during this time. Really connecting on the more secure level of life, whether it's at home, whether it's with your close relationships, or whatever it might be. So that's that opposition. Now, very important this week is going to be your ruler Saturn squared up to Jupiter for the last and final since last year, since August. And so this is about the slow and steady growth with the career stuff, but I think you're seeing perhaps more possibilities with that. But it's coming in time. That's the Saturn side of it. But there's definitely the inspiration, I think. There's definitely those possibilities. You want to stay grounded with that, but I think working with it constructively nonetheless. And then vice versa, there's a lot of things expanding with your relationships, your one-to-one connections, which is great. Jupiter in the 7th house, that has been moving forward for you, I think, a bit more this past week or two. And Saturn's saying, but look, just take it nice and slow. Take it one step at a time. These are long-term things, long-term relationships that you're building. And with that constructive approach, it makes it very grounded, makes it very stable and constructive with that square. All right, so that's going to be the strongest energy of the week for you guys, I think, because it is involving your ruler, Saturn. I think seeing the optimism and seeing the possibilities with the work, taking that slow. Seeing the optimism and the possibilities with the relationships, taking that slow. And in that way, you build the long-term fruits of both of these areas. And then as a recap, of course, we do have this concentration of energy down there at your 4th, where your energy levels are better expressed now in your personal life, with your sentiments, with your home, family, with your health. Balancing that with what is very reflective right now with your career and your worldview. Both areas balancing. And then Mercury, direct in that 3rd. Implementing the communication and learning, the inquisitiveness, which can be very insightful. All right, so Aquarius, have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.